Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we had our meeting. Go ahead and share. So let's see. I have Wanda, Tasha, and Charmy. I believe that's it. Okay. All right. So let me click over here and share my screen. Okay. Okay, so thank you all for joining this evening. We won't be here very long. Um, Wanda, would you please open us up in prayer, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings you bestowed upon us. We ask a blessing over the people in the range of the hurricane. Thank you for the blessings you bestowed upon them. Thank you for our business, our thoughts, and our one mind in making this business become successful for us all. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. All right. Um, so tonight, I wanted to just kind of touch on, what each person is doing, because the momentum has. What is this actually? Okay. The momentum has significantly slowed down. And, I know that, it's the end of the summer and people are getting ready to go into bear mode, but we can't let them do that. Can't allow them to do that. So, want to make sure that we keep the momentum going. I know I mentioned about Tiffany Dewberry, and that's part of the reason why you see these bags under my eyes. Just in the last couple days, I know if I should have added up everything, but it's close to, if not $500. So, my mom. Hey, I'm doing a conference call. I'll call you back. So it really has helped. I got several new customers right here in Charlotte, some of which I had to just send straight to my website, but only after I did the initial discussion with them. But I have literally been on the phone or in the WhatsApp or on Messenger all day since Friday. So it's been a little bit crazy, and I took a break to do my nonprofit organization effort on Saturday and came back and was slammed all day on Sunday. So it's just been a little bit crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy. She knows what she's doing, obviously. I know that we questioned it at some point, and as soon as my time was up, I changed my password, and now my Facebook account is secure again, and it is what it is. And I have a ton. When I say a ton, I mean I almost need a personal assistant to get through the inquiries. So it's a really good thing. Just a little bit of advice: if you're going to use Tiffany to build your momentum, make sure that you write down the groups that she has added you to, and where she's doing the postings and what she posted. That way, if you want to experiment on your own, you'll have that opportunity to do that, later at different points and times in the day, and go and do your own postings, pretty much like she has. And then, record the time that she put a post out. Look at your your admin activity in Facebook, and then you'll be able to just kind of see what's going on there. And also, don't just take the comments of people that make the comments. Those that did a like as well. You know, sometimes they just don't want, you know, the all of the pings, and don't want to uh, set it up to where they don't get all of the notifications when everybody starts to respond to a post. But there may be a diamond in the rough in all of the likes and hearts as well. So definitely, I even reached out to a frowny face today, and frowny face was a good one for me. They were just mad that I didn't get to them fast enough. That's all. I'm like, my Lord, just give me a break. You know, that's a good kind of frowny face. You know, somebody that's very eager to get the information. So, just a little bit of advice there, so far as building the momentum is concerned. So I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but you know, I still want to have the discussion like in the last meeting. You know, what changes we need to make, because the chat has fallen off. I can ask a question and I may only get one, maybe two responses. And you know, if we are staying in alignment with the proper edification to one another, it is just simply to respond. And even if it's later, you know, scroll back up, see what you may have missed. But even that has fallen off as well. So it may be something that I may be doing or that I'm not doing. But I've just really shifted my attention to growing the team, since there hasn't been very much momentum within those that are already on the team. And perhaps there's some things that I don't see. As I check my back office, I'm in the back office a lot, and I see the activity. I see all of the notifications from everybody and what's going on, and it has significantly dropped off. So we want to, you know, I just want to find out what is it that everybody needs, and you know, what do we need to do differently here to be supportive of one another, and you know, to get the proper responses that are required for us to be a successful team. So I'm going to be quiet and just do a round table. Wanda, I'll start with you since you were first on the call.
Well, I did want to say that my newest recruit, Linda, is very much under the weather. So I guess a note to the people that are on the call, she just recently restarted the tea. And I don't know if it's part of her detoxing or if she was extremely toxic, but she's just under the weather. She's just had a lot of stuff going on with her, and actually ended up going to the doctor. She told her doctor about the tea, and the doctor was happy about it. Happy about her weight loss efforts. But she's got some issues that are going on, and I don't know whether it's just a coincidence that she started the tea and all of a sudden these things started happening. But you know, we're just waiting to see. But she is excited about working the business. But right now she's like in bed under the weather.
So is it like a cold or the flu, or what's wrong with her?
Well, she started out with the sniffles, then she had the rash, then she had the boil under her arm, and now she's graduated to something called thrush or thrash.
Thrash. Okay.
And she had another issue that she was using the another rash issue that she was using the emu oil for. So, you know, she's under doctor's care, but she's still using the she's still using the Get Fit kit.
Okay. Now I'm a little bit concerned because it may be that some of the herbs she may be allergic to. Is her doctor doing an allergy test on her?
Now that I don't know. She said that she thought she had a slight allergic reaction to the chamomile, but she wanted to continue because she liked the results that she was getting. Now, I don't know if she liked the results of this thrash and the boil under her arm, but
well, the boil, anytime that you get a boil, I mean, it means that you got some nastiness going on in your body and it just can't get out fast enough the normal way.
Exactly.
That part I'm not as concerned about as like rashes and other stuff that's happening to her.
Yeah, well, the rash was already there before, so that's what we were using the emu oil for.
Okay.
So, she just got some issues that, just seem to have coincided with her beginning her.
So how long has she been on the products? What has it been?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
When she started, I guess about 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, or just under 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I did tell her that she hadn't been drinking water. And I told her, you got to up your water.
It really just me hearing what you're saying sounds like her body's just like, whoa.
A mess.
Okay, and it's just gonna take some time for it to work all that foolishness out of her.
That's what I told her, and I also shared with her that that rapid weight loss is not it's just you didn't get the weight overnight, so it's not going to disappear overnight, and she doesn't want to do the drops right now. So a steady pace here.
Okay.
So she's going to continue using it. And like I said, she's under doctor's care now also. So, we're going to wait and see, but I told her she really need to work on her water, upping her water intake. She really is not drinking any water because she's in the field a lot because she does those, she's like a traveling nurse. She does those insurance. She goes around to people's homes and jobs and does those insurance.
Okay.
When the person comes to your location and they take they do your exam.
Exactly. Okay.
That's what she does. So, but we're gonna give it a few more days and see what happens. We are also working. Kyra and I we are working on the event for the first weekend in October.
Okay.
And I was a little distracted today, so I'll share more with everyone on next meeting. I'll talk with you before, but
okay.
We'll get some things firmed up in the next few days about that. And I see where they're having a Super Tuesday here. I think it's this coming Saturday or next Saturday in Woodbridge.
A Super Tuesday?
Super Saturday. Super Saturday. Sorry.
I was like, they're gonna do a Super Tuesday on a Saturday?
I know. I want there to be a Super Tuesday so bad. A new election.
Okay.
No, they're having a Super Saturday here in Woodbridge, up in Woodbridge, Virginia, on the 9th. That's going to be with Shadana.
Shadana, yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Okay. And I want to try to find someone in the Virginia area that would come and be our big hit person for that Super Saturday in October that we're planning. So I'll work out those details and see who we could secure to come
So when
and
you do a Super Saturday, it has to be it's got to be a regional.
it doesn't. We could do it ourselves. It's just I want to attract more attention to it. That's
Oh,
all.
I got you.
Yeah. So push come to shove, we can definitely do it on our own. Um. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Great. Sounds like you have
Hey guys,
hi, Miss Kathy.
hi
So
there. I'm still not having Zoom. Not sure what the deal is on Zoom, but
okay.
I'll find that out later.
Okay. Um. Okay. So that's the Wanda. So next up, Charmy, what's going on with you?
Hi. With I don't have a lot to say, but I have a question also. I had spoken to one of my cousins, and she saw that I had. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She saw that I had the tea, right? And so I was actually giving it to my daughter because she went to the hospital thinking something wrong with her, and I had told her, I said, you just need to detox. But she's like, oh, I think it's something else, yada, yada, yada. And she said, I kept feeling dizzy and vomiting or whatever. And I said, you just need to be cleansed out. You need a detox. So come to find out when she went to the doctor, nothing was wrong with her. She was absolutely fine. And they say if anything else goes wrong with you, just come back or whatever. And so I went out and got the bag and got the tea and gave my daughter some of the tea sachet. So my cousin seen it, she was like, "Oh my God, I want to do this. I seen somebody. She had seen somebody that actually does sell the tea. She's like, I want to do this or whatever." So she was like super excited about it. And so I just wanted to bring that up to your attention that she does want to start. I told her that she can join the team or whatever when she's ready. Basically, I told her maybe the end of September, maybe October, and she's cool with it starting around that time because we just started school, so she wanted to get her kids together with that. So that's what basically I got going on. But my question is, she has Crohn's disease. What um what products would be good for her, and not just giving her tea to sell, but also giving her something that can benefit her also that she can take once she joins.
It seems like I'm digging through my memory. I know the chaga. Um, Tasha, have you run across anybody with Crohn's disease? I can look this one up because I remember there was some information about Crohn's disease and the chaga. I know that one particular product for sure. And they will always need to be on a good multivitamin. So between the NutriBurst and the chaga, those would be the other two outside of the tea.
Okay, yeah, because um I just thought about it. I mean, I know she can sell the tea, but I want her to not just be selfish and get her the tea, knowing she can make her money back, but something that's gonna help her. Because when she flares up really bad.
Mhm.
And you said
Or
the
you
child.
should split it up. It sounds like she also has inflammation. Inflammation also the Ghana. The Ghana would definitely work very good. and Ms. Bev, she's a witness to it. The both of them, they work very well. The Chaga and the Gano. We had a lady a long time ago. I think she had Crohn's disease, and she had a testimony. I can't find her. It'd be hard to find her picture, but she testimony of the Chaga and the Gano. You know, those two right there is what she used, plus of course the vitamins. That would be great for her. I would suggest. That's my opinion. What to do.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And that's it for me.
All right. Okay. Next up, Tasha.
Hey, everyone. Been very busy, very busy. Just came back from Atlanta Sunday, and I've been placed on this demand to finish this perspective. So these last couple of days and then the kids starting school has been a world of mixture. And so that, and just, I'll be starting a job soon, September the 11th. And so there's a lot of things that's changing and turning in my life, and I'm excited about it. I haven't been posting a lot, and my activity has been down. I can truly say that because I'm just trying to find out. I'm always looking and searching for a niche, and it's like what I was doing, it wasn't enough.
Is it my phone or is Tasha coming in and out?
Tasha, it sounds like you're breaking up.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And me personally, I just felt like I needed to find something, I need to find a system to work for me. So that is why, my momentum went down a little. I believe all of us have been there or are been there or are dealing with that now of momentum going down, or you feel like, oh, what's going on? How to run this business? How to get this business started? So I guess that's where I'm at a little, But, hopefully after the kids, both of my kids will go to school tomorrow, and I finish this paper that I gotta be sent in this next couple of days. I'm just re-strategizing some things. So, but I'm still here, love the products, still taking the products, but I'm just strategizing right now. That's basically where I'm at.
Okay. And let's see. What about you, Kathy?
So I'm assuming from what I heard from the two people, because I joined in so late, your question is like, where are we? What's going on with this concerning?
I apologize. Yeah. So, we were talking about everybody's momentum actually slowing way down. And I was just trying to get a feel for what activity was going on, and any suggestions that anybody may have in regards to reigniting. And I shared at the top of the call, some of the things that I've been doing, which is, I reached out to Tiffany Dewberry, which I put in the chat, and just expressed that it's been a huge success since yesterday, almost $500 since yesterday, and just a number of new customers, people that I would have never connected with. And I see my Go TLC Diet pop-ups, since we've been on this call. So a lot of information that I've put out in the universe, and I've been extremely busy reaching out to everyone. So just, coming up with different ideas and things to keep the momentum going, and the focus on filling up your calendar. I mean, that activity of filling up your calendar and mapping out what your goals are, is truly incentive for the hustle on a daily basis. It's been tough for me as well because, getting my two back in school and, my nonprofit event, which was a little bit stressful. But, in the middle or in between all of the other life things, how do we continue to press? And, it's not easy. It truly, truly, truly is not easy. But, finding what works for you and your process for making sure that you continue to work your business as well as get everything else done in a day that we have to do. So that was it, Kathy. So what's going on in your world, and what suggestions do you have?
Okay, so yeah, it's been crazy. I was thinking back when I got started. There was this, you know how you say your timing or whatever. It was like perfect timing for me to get started, and in doing so, I was definitely able to hit the ground running. And it's almost as if, with me looking up at the clock / calendar, realizing, oh my gosh, I have got to get a job. I got to get back teaching because last season I resigned from that position that was going to probably take me under if I didn't. And so it was a decision. It was a faith decision to do that, believing that God was going to provide another job. And so that full steam ahead that I had came to a screeching halt almost because of, just the reality of trying to get it going. My son, trying to get him a job. My son, trying to get him, ready for school and registered and doing all the paperwork for scholarships and all these different things. So, however, I am looking for hope and the hopes that I will land a job and get some kind of a groove going wherever I am with people. I've been focusing on trying to reach my personal goals with my weight and with, I've got some before and after pictures of my hairline and of my toe. That was just a bunch of things. And with that in mind, I was vacationing yesterday, or my husband and I were away for our anniversary. 20 years, yay.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were away for that, and we went hiking in the valley, Shenandoah Valley, mountains, whatever you want to call it. And while he finished the hike that I gave up on, I was at a place where I spoke with this lady, and oh my goodness, is she like definitely interested in the products, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this morning on the follow-up, she's wanting to, she says, oh yeah, I've been on the website already. Well, I had encouraged her, and in the text that I sent her yesterday with my website, I also had encouraged her to go to YouTube, and I would send her a couple of YouTubes to address her issue with her foot. I said that to say, oh, and then when I came home yesterday, I had a text from a friend who had been on one of the calls that you had done, my DVO. No, what's it called? VG. VGO.
The VGO. Okay.
Yeah, VGO. And so, somebody who wanted to, and finally last night texted and said, oh, please go ahead and order my order.
Okay.
Yeah, so my thing is, I am forever talking to people, always talking to people about the product, because I really am sold on the products that I've tried, looking forward to trying some others. And so right now I just have to get a groove. I feel like I've been a little bit like a deer in the headlight, in a paralyzed state, sort of, just not knowing. I am the kind of person where I have to kind of focus on one thing real hard, real good. And I'm that squirrel that, when I get a little distracted, it's hard for me to get a groove going. So I feel like I'm looking forward to TLC becoming kind of like second nature to me, so that whatever I'm doing, I still know how to do TLC. You know, right now I'm not there. You know, there are a lot of still basic questions that I have that keeps it from being second nature to me, the way I believe it will be in time. But right now, I'm not able to spin both of those plates, or all three of those plates that I just mentioned: my job, my son's school, and TLC, all at the same time. So I'm happy that I believe in it. You know, that's the one good thing. My belief system in it is good. But just getting myself set up to go for it, that's been a problem.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. All right, and I think, did I hear somebody else join?
Yes, Utoka. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi, Utoka.
So we're just kind of doing roundtable, Utoka, about, momentum and the fact that it's slowed so way down in the group, and just what activity you have going on, and any suggestions that you may have to just kind of reignite the momentum, and also response in the chat. Question can be placed out, and then it may go and not get answered. So we gotta make sure that we're edifying one another, and making sure that we're being that support for each other. So any feedback from you?
I just called in when Miss Kathy was talking. Miss Kathy, let me just ask you a quick question. You said that you're good with talking to people, right? And that comes like second nature to you, right? You feel more comfortable just talking? Okay. How do you feel about social media? How do you feel? Are you comfortable with posting on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that?
Right, and I'm glad you said that, because that was part of my screeching halt pitfall. Because, I would love to do that. I would love to be able to do that.
But my suggestion to you.
Well, hold on. I just realized, oh my gosh, I had all these things, like my phone. My phone does not hold, and I've got to it's like one thing after the other. I've got to get it to where it has more memory, more space to even have Facebook on my phone. Therefore, some of the pictures, I even have the pictures on my phone, but I can't connect it to Facebook because I don't have Facebook on my phone. There's no space for it.
Gotcha.
So now I've got to get some money to get that done, to where I can get a new phone that will allow me, to do it. And then there was a moment where my computer wasn't working. But still, I don't even know how to join my pictures and things that I would want to paste from my phone to my computer to do Facebook. So it was just those little tiny things that I just needed somebody like sitting right next to me, hold my hand, show me how to do it.
You know what? I can completely understand, because I was there too. When I first started network marketing altogether, I wasn't even on Facebook. This has been two companies ago. I was where you are. I'm not great at technology myself. I got with a girlfriend who took her time and showed me some things. I didn't even know how to create my own business card. Okay. She mentored me through all of that. But I'm really good at talking to people, right? I've always been a talker, right? So my suggestion to you is do what you're good at. Go ahead and grind with talking to people. You have more people on your BGO than I've had on all my BGOs put together. You became binary qualified quicker than I became binary qualified. So please don't put yourself down at all just because you have some technology issues.
Mm-hmm.
Where did companies, like how did companies survive prior to Facebook, prior to Instagram? You know, I came from an entrepreneur background where you know, it was all word of mouth. With my grandfather, with my father, it was all word of mouth. Right now, it's word of mouth. I'm getting customers from other customers. So my focus is not really on new customers right at this moment, right today. My focus is on retention. I want my people to order more than one product, and I want them to call me. And my focus is to try to get my customers on SmartShip. That way, it's a win-win for me. That way, they're getting their product every single month. I'm getting the volume. I don't have to worry about hunting them down. But my focus right now is customer service and retention. Right now, that's what mine is. My suggestion to you: do what you're good at. You know, if you feel comfortable with going to an establishment, we'll take your bath. If you feel comfortable going to an establishment and passing out flyers, have your, you know, if you want to go to Walmart, like I'm giving you an example, like Walmart, if you want to have, you know, if they allow you to have a table out there, it doesn't have to be, you know, all suited up. Just have, you know, tablecloth and have some items out there and talk to people. Because I noticed that you're good at that. When I first met you, I noticed that about you. You're not scared of nobody. So work with what you have, and you're going to be successful.
Right. I hear you. Yeah, I do have some plans when it comes to like a few beauty shops and barber shops, and you know, kind of started with that, but definitely need to develop it. And you know, that's kind of the thing.
And then
guys,
just get you a mentor.
I just need prayers about that because I know it takes money to make money. So even the flyers and the brochures and different things that I want to have to, because I have it set up to talk to different ones. Hey, can I come to your shop and set up, you know, on Saturdays from 9 to 11, or do you mind if I set up, you know, and hopefully free of cost, you know what I'm saying, but just something to I can do that, but I know I need stuff, and so the money, you know, that's the thing. I really want a job mainly to support my business.
I've been there. It's going to take some time, but you get with you a mentor to help you with those little things with technology. I'm a hands-on person, so my person came over to my house and helped me figure it out. I gave her my to-do list, and she said, "Let me just show you how to do X, Y, and Z." She showed me. So just get you a mentor.
Yes,
You're welcome.
I will. I know it'll help. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, back over to you, Ms. Douglas.
Well, you didn't say anything about you. That was some good stuff that you talked to Miss Kathy about. But we want to hear about Miss Yatoka.
Well, listen, I'm telling you, it's been a moment that I had to slow down just a little bit with two going to school now. And this week I've had my 4-year-old with me while I'm working, and I've made 2 errors so far. Luckily, they were small errors, but just trying to deal with him working and trying to be at home and just having to readjust, having to reevaluate. My oldest is in middle school, so I'm just the type of person where I gotta just gather all these things together. Okay, you know, bus is late, bus is hours late. It's been crazy. So, but because of the, you know, customers I've had a few reach out to me that I didn't even reach out to that said, hey, I would like to reorder. So that's without me working the business. You know, just posted and things like that. It took me a lot of calls. I've made a couple of text messages here and there. But it's been slow over the weekend, trying to get everything free. And sometimes it's like that. Whenever you have something, you know, a shift in the household, then that's going to take place. But still, you know, trying to grind as much as I can when I can. And I haven't been able to be in the chat because it's like, with the 4-year-old being here, I can barely get my work done. So yeah, and then it's time to pick the kids up. But just trying to, I think after this week everything will be back to normal. But TLC is still in the forefront of my mind. I love TLC and just love what I do, and just try to remain positive through it all and not put so much on yourself. My advice to the team: do what you can when you can, and your grind is not like everybody else's grind. Everybody, do what like I told Miss Kathy, she's good at talking. Watch, she's gonna have to tell us by tomorrow. Like, why she she gonna sell the product because we just need to just do what do what you feel comfortable with, and then take on other challenges and try different things. But because if you try to do, 5 different things and you're only comfortable with one, you're going to get frustrated. And then I'm telling you, because I've done it before and got frustrated with myself. So that's my advice to myself as well. All right, back to you, Ms. Beverly.
All right. And the reason I asked to do the round table was because I want everybody to hear, life happens. But you just have to figure out exactly where you are, what works best for you, and then you just keep it moving. For me, just in what my personal goals are, I know what's required for me and the way I do things. So just like Yatoka said, my grind is not going to be like everybody else's. And then the next person isn't going to be like the next. So it's just, I want to make sure that we understand that, the support is still there, but life does kick in from time to time, and we have to make that shift. But also to not lose focus, and definitely, still keep the activity going. If that means, the dedication, that extra 30 minutes or 15 minutes that you have to sit up at night before you close your eyes to, update your calendar, or to plan out things for the next day, or be thinking about something, to always keep a little notebook with you. I have this one, and I've had others that I've gone through, but this is my new one because I used up all the pages in the others. But keep this something with you at all times so that you can just jot some things down, and constantly keep the retail game going at all times. No matter how busy you get, you keep that retail thing on, because you never know who your next person will be that'll make that decision because they were a customer. Well, now I think I want to do this as a business. So retail to recruit, just always keep that in the back of your mind as we move forward. So like I said, I'm not gonna. I didn't want to keep everybody long this evening, but I'm here. I know, like I said, my focus has shifted to growing the team. I've done a lot of heads down. Just my poor calendar looks a hot mess. I even have pages and pages and pages of people that I've been talking to and keeping up with, and gotta shift over and put them in my database. So it's just a lot of activity going on with the new customers and the prospects, and that are ready to get signed up, and that all takes time, but I still have a job, I still have kids, I still have laundry, dinner, all that other stuff. So it just takes being a great manager of your time. So some days I feel like I fail at that, but then when I look at the list of things that I tried to shove into that day, it's like, girl, you did great. Mm-hmm. So make sure that you're not beating yourself up. Stuff happens where it just gets compounded, like the things that we have going on now with with our families. So just don't beat yourself up and feel bad about any of those things. You just keep pressing. Just keep pressing and make sure that you're doing some level of activity every day, even if that's just self-development, or if making sure that you're following up, even if it's just one person, just so that you keep that churn going. And then building good relationships out places. Speak to that person that looks evil, or sad, that's on at the cash register. Somebody's like, oh my God. And then the next thing you know, they're telling you everything, and you may even pick up on some things to be able to bless them with a sample of something that will just make their day. You just never ever know. So I always I have TLC on the brain, in the heart. And I understand what Kathy is talking about, where it just comes second nature. It's second nature to me now. The phone can ring while I'm in the car, and it doesn't matter. I don't need anything in front of me. I just listen to whatever the person has to say, and I can immediately address. But it took time to get there. And then understanding, what next steps, and what should I say, and different things like that, which has changed over time. Some of the things that I was told initially when I came into the business is not what I should say now, and not what I should do now. So things are going to evolve, and just trying to keep up with everything. So,
hey, speaking of keeping up with everything, may I please ask a question concerning one of our products? So, Slim PM.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward, and am still looking forward to it. However, I watched a video, and several videos actually. The creator of it was on an interview with the one fellow who's a bodybuilder. I don't know if anyone else has seen that video. Well, he had talked about how they had worked it, tweaked it, and finally gotten it to where it is delicious. And that was and I try to keep in touch with the dates when I look at a video, see when it was recorded. And he said that they had come out with a new one, and everybody loved it. It was the chai cinnamon flavor. And prior to that was that raspberry one that no one liked. It was nasty, so as he said.
No, it's the opposite. The chai, nobody liked the chai, and then they came up with the raspberry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So nobody, I actually loved the chai, and I still have some. So I liked it, but a whole lot of people said it was just horrible. You have to be a lover of chai in order to really like that. The first Slim PM that we have, and then they went to the raspberry. The raspberry, a lot of people love it.
Okay, so you can have that hot or cold, because that's what they said about the chai, or do you have to have it cold? The raspberry. I can't imagine raspberry hot, but anyway, maybe.
Well, I always make mine hot, and then I'll put some ice cubes in it, so just to cool it down. So mine is always like lukewarm when I drink it, but it seems to mix better when it's hot.
Yeah.
And then I just put ice cubes in it to cool it down.
Okay. Anybody have success with it? Like you see, because I just have these last, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 pounds. And I was kind of hoping that the PM would kind of be my savior here. Anybody had any testimonies either from themselves or from customers?
Yeah, I mean, I used it, and it does work. Like if you've done, especially if you've had something bad that you know is going to show up on your thighs and the scale the next day, it is really good to chug-a-lug that down. But I think mostly what the Slim PM does for you is it will shove you into that good REM type sleep. And I mean, I have the best sleep when I drink that, and then I wake up and my body truly feels like it has rested. So anytime your body can be completely at rest, it's going to perform a lot better. And I have the next day, woke up and I was 2 pounds lighter than I was when I went to bed. And it has happened repeatedly. I haven't like had the Slim PM every single night, like for 7 days straight, and it may just be that I fell asleep before I could take it, because you have to follow the instructions. It has to be an hour before, after you cut off eating, and then you drink it. So it's like, oh, if it was one of those evenings where I may have had to eat a little bit later, that the hour, next thing I know, I'm asleep, and then it's the next morning, the clock is going off.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I think they said 2 hours after you eat and an hour before you go to bed or something like that. But anyway, I
yeah,
don't know. I'll
yeah.
look
It's
at it
some
closer.
strict instructions, so you have to kind of follow that. So
Yeah.
but I like it. I like the raspberry, and like I said, I didn't have a problem with the chai, but everybody seems to really like the raspberry a lot better.
Okay. Anybody else on the call try it? Nope. Okay. All right. Thank you, though, Beverly. But that's so crazy because I thought for sure that video was a reversal, that the chai was the one that was tweaked and liked, and it was kind of bitter at the front taste, but sweet once you drink it or something. But, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, does anybody else have any other questions or any comments? I know we're just at a place where it's just that time of year, and so just like I said, just adhere to the things that we've talked about here, and then of course, if you have any questions or anything at all to help you be successful. It does take having a game plan in place, especially where ranking up is concerned, and it does take a commitment of time. And if the time is not there and all the stars align, and you can just put yourself out there, it's just a tough thing. Even with ranking to executive director, I shut off everything else, and even, my children. So I had to like hand them over to my mom for that 1 week. It was just crazy, the commitment that was required. But just know that when you make those plans and you're mapping out what your game plan is, whether that's 30 days, 60 days, 90, 6 months, whatever's going on with you. But you got to have a plan. It's critical to have a plan in place just so that you know that you're working towards whatever your ultimate goal is. So for me, I understand right where I am at this point and what is required. So it's just, continuing to do the grind. And so that's the expectation for the rest of the team too, just to continue to do the grind. And wherever you are, that's exactly where I will meet you and, support you wherever you are. So that's it. Any other questions or comments or anything before we wrap up for tonight? Okay.
No.
Are we going to do this every other week now, or has it been decided? Our team call training.
Well, I mean, me personally, I think it's good to touch base every week. But of course, it takes the commitment of the team. There's no point in having the meetings if nobody's going to show up. So if we all think that this is good and we can commit to whenever it is, and share, I have no problem with having and hosting this call every single week. thoughts? Everybody got quiet.
I know. I was trying to wait to see what others who've been at it longer than I have.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be good. I mean, if we can continue to have the call every week, I mean, but you're right. If no one is going to be on the call, there's no need. So that's why, everybody, if this is something we all want to do, we got to continue to push forward and let's participate in the calls. That's just what we got to do. I mean, it's all about growing. And I know, like I said, earlier about me, myself, the momentum is a little slow, but, eventually it'll pick back up. I really believe that. So let's just move forward and let's just do it.
All right.
I vote every week.
Okay.
Who said what?
Every week.
Who was
I
that?
vote it's me, Wanda. I vote every week. But good night. I'm getting ready to go to bed. y'all have a wonderful night.
All right.
Okay, good night.
I love you all.
Have a good night.
Love you too. Take care. So yeah, I think for me as well, every week, but I feel like I'm just kind of shooting in the dark on that because I don't know what my future looks like even for the next few weeks. But I hate to speak on something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Toka, do you have the affirmations in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will hear the voice of the Holy. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Can you close us out? Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I will hear the voice of the Holy Spirit from within. I will lead and not follow. I will create and not destroy. I am a force for good. I defy the odds. I set new standards. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am loved by God. I am chosen by God, and I am protected by God. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. It's my season. It's my turn. I am humble. I am happy. I am wealthy. I am strong. I am a champion. Good night, my friends.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.